that in the exams we are asked to do for F9, we could be asked to do evaluation. The valuation could be the valuation of a company or valuation of bonds, right? We could be asked to do valuation of companies, or we could be asked to do valuation of bonds. When we are asked to value a company, it is possible that one of two techniques will be available to us. We could use the price-earning ratio, the P ratio, or we could use the dividend valuation model as a technique of valuation. When we are asked to do a price-earning ratio or dividend valuation model, for example, in the December 2007 exams, we were asked to do a valuation based on two of these techniques on a company value given to us. So when we are asked to use a P ratio, like in December 2007 exams, they give us, for example, the earnings per share. The earnings per share as 40 cents. When the earnings per share is 40 cents, $0.4, and then the price earning ratio of the company or of the industry is maybe the PE ratio given to us as 10. This is more or less straightforward, because if the price earning ratio is 10, we know that the price earning ratio, the PE ratio, is equal to the market price divided by the earnings per share. So if the earnings per share is 40 cents and the PE ratio is 10, it means that in this equation, the PE ratio is equal to 10. When the P ratio is equal to 10 and the earnings per share is 40 cents, 0.4, it means that the market price for each share is equal to 10 multiplied by. So the price then will be equal to 10 multiplied by 0.4, that's equal to $4 per share. So we'll multiply 4 by the number of shares that we have. Now, in the case of the dividend valuation model, we could be given some little bit of tricks to do. For example, in December 2007 exams, where they asked us to do a valuation, they gave us the dividend for 2 years ago. Dividend is $22. And let's say the dividend for the current year is probably not given, but what they give us is the payout ratio. They give us the payout ratio of 60%. When the payout ratio is given as 60%, it means that 60% of the earnings per share is paid out. The payout ratio given to us in the December 2007 exams, they asked us to calculate the value using the dividend valuation model. Now, they gave us the dividend per share. We have the earnings per share, the earnings per share is equal to 40 cents. When the earnings per share is equal to 40 cents, and the payout ratio given to us, is 60%. It means that the dividend per share, the dividend 60% of the earnings has been paid out as dividend. So 60% of 40 here would mean that we have paid a dividend of 24 cents, which is 60%, 0.6 multiplied by 40 cents. That's equal to 24 cents that we have paid. So if that is the case, then we can comfortably say that when the dividend is 24 cents, and in that question in December 2007, they tell us that 2 years ago, the earnings that are being paid is possibly the dividend that has been paid 2 years ago was 22 cents. So 22 cents of dividend has been paid. So the payout ratio is 60% and the earnings per share is 40 cents. It means that 40 cents multiplied by 60% will be 24 cents. And the question says that the dividend that has been paid 2 years ago is 22 cents. It means that we can take a geometric rate and find G, the growth rate. To find G, we will say that, as per usual, 1 plus G raised to power right, in this case is over a period of 2 years raised to power 2, right, as 22 multiplied by the growth rate raised to power 2 is equal to 24. Now when we want to solve this, it would comfortably be the case that 24 over 22, right, is equal to 1 plus the growth rate raised to power 2 years. Now that will mean that 22 over 24, right, we find the square root of that will cancel this out, will give us 1 plus g. And in that case, g may simply be 1.045. So 4.5 becomes the growth rate. So once we get that, we will simply have to substitute this whole thing, right, into the formula. The price is equal to D1 plus G, right, R minus J, right, will give us the market price per share. And we could then use this to make a valuation.